All right, what's going on YouTube? It's your one and only social media GM. I appreciate everything y'all do in terms of just the support, whether it's one view, whether it's two views, whoever's here. You didn't have to be here. So appreciate it. My setup right now, as I've discussed in other videos, because this is my third video of the day. Just trying to get some videos out just in case I don't have time to record in these next couple of days. Um, like I've explained in other videos, go check them out. But my setup, we had company, so I got an air mattress in the back. Been hanging out with some friends and stuff like that recently. Um, yeah, that's mainly the background setting. You see my draft board right here. I've explained this before. Go check out the other video of explaining the draft board. But just to give you quick points of it, it's a value draft board. So some of these players is like where I like them to go. So like for example, let's say Zion Young, he was supposed to go like in the second round, which he ended up going, and I think he would be a star in that. Um, and that's what that area was, stars. These are stars. These are fringe blue chips. These are blue chips. Now, if you're in this area, that does not mean Zion Young is going to be better than Makai Lemon. You're just in this area of stars. That's all it means. But obviously, I explained that video in the past. Go check that out. So you came for me grading the draft picks. That's what we're doing today. We're just gonna grade the NFC North. Had to make sure I got that right, just because it's my third video. But we're grading the NFC North, and after that, we're gonna have a Bible verse, like we usually do. Stay for that. If you don't, still love. Yeah, let's get into it. So start off. We have the tracker, just so I could keep track of things. You'll see if you've seen my other videos. But start off with the Bears. Their first pick was Dylan Thieneman. That was an A+ pick. I think that was great for the Bears. Didn't expect him to fall that late as well. That was another thing. That probably would have been the latest I would have thought. But Dylan Thieneman, great pick. Got him as a fringe blue chip. Yeah, y'all gonna love him. If you don't know about him, you're gonna love him. Great, smart player. We ain't got to talk too much about it. A+. Logan Jones in the second round. I give this a B. Mainly, I give it a B. It's what you needed. You needed it just because your center retired. I forgot his name, but you need it. And mind you, he's one of the top centers, so it makes sense. If he didn't have this knee injury, that's the main thing that I'm stuck on is the knee injury. If he didn't have this knee injury, he would have been consensus number one. Don't know how he's gonna come back from the knee injury. Uh, and I'm giving it a B because if you are um, if you're coming like if you're banking on an injured player, mind you, I know that knee injury was a while ago. Of course, I see that. He had another injury as well. But if you're banking on this player to be fully healthy and to be your starting center and replace an all-star center, that's why I have it as a B. And mind you, he is undersized as well, as you can see. 6'2", 299 is undersized. So I have it as a B, and especially where he went. Now, if he'd have went a fourth round or something, all right, cool. But it's the second round. So it looks like y'all are going to rely on him pretty heavy. We'll see how that goes. But good talent. Sam Roush, third round. I give that a B+. I'm a fan of Sam Roush. That's just me. I love that he can block pretty good. I think. Oh, actually, no, 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 no. I'm sorry. I didn't even think of the team. I'm glad. That's why we discuss it. That's why we discuss it. Um, with the picks as well. Like I'm just now seeing them as well. Like I'm going through them. I didn't like pre-look at this so I can get, I'm just it's kind of winging it. So I'm just now thinking about it. You have Colston Loveland and Cole Kmet. I'm assuming Cole Kmet is going to get traded, but either way, you still have Colston Loveland. Now is he a good backup tight end? For sure. I would love that fit as a backup tight end, but third round, I just don't think you needed to go for him right there. But I mean, I guess it's probably a thing where like you got who you wanted, and then it's like when Colston Loveland comes out, you have a great blocking tight end. I see the vision, so that's why I'm giving it like a B- in general. I just don't like the value and how and where you got them, but and also just having three tight ends that all can play really well. Um, but less mouths to feed because you don't have to rely on his receiving abilities because you already have a lot of wide receivers. I guess that's a good way of looking at it. Um, in the third round again, you pick Xavier Thomas. Now me, let's go to the tracker. See, let's go to the tracker. See, Sam Roush was early. It's almost second round if you want to be, exaggerant. But when I wasn't a fan of that, I would have waited later. Then you got, let me see, where is he? So was he later or was he early? Did I pass him? My fault. Let me start all over. See, this is just a vision test. Is this the third round? Yo, was he in the third round? Yeah. My fault, yo. This is just a bit. Let me focus up. Oh, here we go. Yeah, my fault, my fault. So yeah, me personally, there's other wide receivers I probably would have went for because I think a lot of them went in the fourth round. I would have got Chris Bell. I definitely would have got Chris Bell myself. But fourth round, right? Like I said, I think there's a lot of wide receivers. Is it fourth round? Elijah Surratt, I definitely would have got him. No, it was third round. Did they get picked before? Oh yeah, they got picked before. A lot of them got picked before. All right, I guess in that scenario, like I said, I might have took a chance on Chris Bell. That's just me. I like Chris Bell. But I guess in that scenario, since most of the wide receivers I would have wanted got picked, if that's your guy, I guess I'll give it a B minus. If that's your guy, if it's not your guy, like you just picking him off of talent, I probably would have went C plus then or something like that. Probably would have rather got like a Elijah Surratt or something like that. But and Skylar Bell. So I'll just go B minus if it's your guy. That's the only thing. But it is what it is. Malik Muhammad, I give it a B minus as well. I'm not a huge fan of him, but in the fourth round, that adds a lot of value. Now I thought he was gonna go second, maybe third. He would have been a C or C plus pick for any team that would have got him if they'd, especially second round. That would have been a C, almost C minus. But because he went in the fourth, I give it a C plus because I'm not a huge fan of him. But we'll see how that turns out. Keyshawn Elliott. Are there other people that I would have picked over him? And mind you, when I say picked over him, I'm just going over the same position you picked. So linebacker, is there another linebacker that fell after him that I would rather have? Huh? Mm, I won't debate that. I mean, because like I said, you never know. Sometimes it might be your guy. That's the other thing that I look at. If it's your guy, it's your guy. Okay. I mean, oh well, Harold Perkins Jr. That's the only person I would have debated. But I mean, it ain't too many people that I would have just picked over him at this point. So I'm not even gonna go through the seventh round, even though there could have been a sleeper somewhere. But it is what it is. So I give that a B minus in general. Uh, I like this pick a lot. I give it a B plus, and it was in the sixth round. I like him. I like him as a defensive tackle. Very athletic. Um, yeah, that just very athletic and a sleeper. He's a sleeper. So overall, just going through it, A plus pick, solid, solid somewhat. These were okay. At least most of your picks were not bust at all. And then this was a great pick. So I overall might give you a I'm gonna give you a B plus. It's a strong B, but it's just because of this pick and this pick for the most part. Just keeps it sandwiched. It keeps it good. Um yeah. Yeah, B plus. Just because of those two picks, honestly. All right, let's go to the Lions. So I'm sorry I don't have a better graphic for y'all. I went to your website and the graphic wasn't the best. So I'm just gonna stick here. Blake Miller, I give a B, mainly because he went 17th. Now he was projected to go late first, early second. He went kind of middle first. Wasn't the hugest fan of that, but the Lions know what they're doing, and they needed a tackle. I guess they're gonna put Penny Sewell back to his original position of left tackle, even though he's been stellar in the right tackle position, which isn't bad. They picked Blake Miller over Monroe Freeling as well, I believe. Yeah, they did. I wasn't the hugest fan of that, picking him over Monroe Freeling. I probably would have rather have Monroe Freeling myself. But like I said, it's your organization. I don't know if they're like we're higher on Blake Miller or if they're like, yeah, Penei Sewell would just be better as a left tackle, and Blake Miller beats out Monroe Freeling in the right tackle position. Because if I had Monroe Freeling, I would have put him at left tackle and kept Penei Sewell at the right tackle. But I guess it makes sense because it's like, regardless of who we have, they're gonna attack that rookie rather than Penei Sewell. So do we want him to attack? Do we want Monroe Freeling being attacked at left tackle, and that's Jared Goff's blind side, or would we rather Blake Miller, who has always played right tackle his whole life, and he's kind of like he's a solid pick, like potential wise Monroe Freeling, but like solid pick. He's durable and right tackle. Like I said, would we rather him be attacked on the right side of Jared Goff, where that's not his blind side? So I guess if you look at it like that, is the reason that he's getting picked. But like I said, just the value of where he went, I give it a solid B. He's solid, and mind you, he needs a little bit more play strength for his size. A little bit more play strength. I'm not the biggest fan of his play strength. I think bull rushes will get the best of him. But like I said, would you rather somebody just getting bull rushed on the right side and you're able to see him getting bull rushed? Or would you rather Monroe Freeling getting beat on the left side of his blind side, and then, your quarterback starts to not trust him? It would have been a chance, but, me explaining it like that just makes sense. I'm sorry. Did I just click on the Packers that early? I am sorry. Round two, Derek Moore. Uh, I give that a solid B as well because I think you traded up. That's one, so you lost some value too. I don't think he was gonna get drafted that early, but great player, great fit. I like him, especially in a run game. He's gonna help Aiden Hutchinson. That's a good balance to me. Aiden Hutchinson is obviously, we know he's elite. And y'all always need a defensive end. Like, it's like, I don't know what was going on, but y'all always needed one. It was just like, why weren't y'all taking one? Like, or at least a good one, let me say. So I like the fit and everything, but just where his value went and how much value put into him, I don't know. Um, Jimmy Rolder, he plays like aggressive. He plays aggressive, as some people would say, hair on fire. That's what people would say. Now, is there other linebackers I would have rather have? Debatable a little bit, just a little bit. Um, mm, uh, yeah, probably, maybe that's not the fit for y'all. Maybe that's not the fit, so maybe that's why. Um, eh, I guess that's a solid pick. I'll give it a B minus. That's a solid pick. No, I'll give it a B. I know it sounds like a lot of B's going on, but they're not like stellar picks to me. But I could rock with them. And mind you, when I say a B, I know I'm looking like a harsh grader right now, but honestly, anything B minus or better is always better. I feel like if you got a B minus or better, you're always improving. You're like, if I draft every year and it's a B minus, B minus, B minus, I'm improving every year. It might not be at the rate you want it, because if you draft, you just want a home run draft, of course. But as long as you don't fail is the point. It don't matter if you pick a free agent up and it's a B minus. As long as you improve that team, that's all that matters. C plus is like a little of an improvement. Obviously, C is neutral to me, but it is what it is. Round five, A minus, Keith Abney. Very instinctive cornerback. I think y'all needed more cornerback depth or just more cornerback competition. I think he's good. He should have probably went more in the third round in general. Um, him going to the fifth round was great value. Like I said, I like him as a player. Just good pickup overall. Kendrick Law, fifth round. Once you start getting to these rounds, I'm not too. I'm actually skip over it a little bit because I don't know too much about these last two players. So let's just say NA right now. I'm gonna just go NA. I don't even want to give them a grade. So just from these picks, I'm gonna give y'all a B plus because B, B, B. But these two are strong Bs. Like, they're strong Bs. And then, like I said, B right there. It was a solid pick. Plus, I like drafting for Michigan. And then this A minus boosted up to a B plus. So it was a good draft. And y'all know what y'all doing in general. So can't be mad at it. All right, Packers. Brandon Cisse, second round, A minus. Plus, y'all need a cornerback. Y'all know what y'all doing with cornerbacks, and he's a talent. Chris McClellan. My fault. Um, Let me just see. Are there better picks than that? In this Dominique Orange, I definitely would have preferred. Um, but it just depends, I guess, what you're going for, because Dominique Orange is more of a run stuffer. 6'3", 313s. I mean, they close in size, to be honest. They might just like him better, but I would have got Dominique Orange most likely because you got a pass rusher like Micah Parsons. Let's just stop the run. Even though I'm not saying y'all bad at the run, I'd rather do that. And then I know Darren Jackson Jr. was in the fourth. I'd rather have him as well. Um, but it's not a bad pick though, so I give it a B. Danny Dennis Sutton in the fourth round. I'm giving that an A minus. I like him a lot. A plus actually. I give it an A plus. I like him a lot. Um, I got him as underrated because was it underrated? Yeah, underrated area. He's underrated. Fourth round, great value, A plus. Um, Jager Burton, um, for a fifth rounder. There might have been one guy I probably would have picked over him, but it's not bad though. I'm gonna just give it a B. It's a center. Oh, you playing him at center? Oh, I guess if you playing him at center, never mind. Because there was like some other guards like him and is Jalen Farmer down here? Oh, he must have went before. But anyways, if I guess if it's a center, it's solid. I guess it's solid. I don't know if another center was up here. I guess you might not have liked him. I like him in general, especially sixth round, but it is what it is to that. Can't go wrong with offensive lineman, like I usually say. So it's fine. And then Trey Smack. Oh no, my fault. I skipped Dominique Jackson. I give that a B plus. I like him a lot. Another corner, got some depth. Um, Real fast. Pretty big for his size at corner. Obviously, sixth round. Packers know how to develop cornerbacks. We'll see what comes out of that. Then Trey Smack, we're not. I'm gonna just leave it as NA. Obviously, you can even see in the photo what he's doing. Leave it as NA. So overall, like I said, A minus right there, A plus. You got a B plus. You got a B. Given this, mm, I I'm gonna give this a B plus just because of the talent. I think y'all should have went more offense, like got some more offensive help in general. But it's like you went straight defense. I guess you believe in your offense that much, but you lost. What's his name? And I like him a lot. Romeo Dobbs. You lost Romeo Dobbs, and your wide receivers haven't been the most consistent, and your quarterback hasn't been the most consistent either. So I just feel like more offensive help would have been great, even if it was a running back as well. Another running back would have helped. But it is what it is. So I'll give it a B plus. A weak B plus, just because you should have went more offense. All right, and we got the Vikings. Good graphic right there, at least. But let's get into it. Caleb Banks. I got him as a mystery box. If you play Call of Duty, you know what a mystery box is. Could get a ray gun, whatever. But the value, I'm just gonna say, is a B minus because he like it's just the injury that he has. He's a big body, explosive, and you have a toe injury. Mind you, when you did the pro day or whatever, was it the combine? No, combine. When you did the combine, his toe got re-aggravated. That's a lot of value in the 18th pick, but if it works out, oh my goodness, if it works out. Jake Golday, I give that an A minus. I love Jake Golday. I got him as a star. Um, I'm a fan of him. Vikings defense, it gets a little scarier. Dominique Orange, and that's what makes this pick a little worse, just because you picked up two defensive tackles. I give this a B minus as well. I mean, yeah, it helps the run for sure. But I don't know. Y'all just, I guess you're looking at it like, hey, we just need help on our defense. There was probably other talent you could have got. I would have took an edge rusher, especially since you traded Jonathan Grenard. Like, you're in the third round. Let me see who's here. Third round, Vikings. Make sure I didn't pass it. All right, third round. Dominic Orange. All right, you probably didn't want to go offense, right? I like okay, I could get it. I mean, I probably would have still went offensive line just to help the offensive line in general. That's the way I would have went with offense, getting more guards maybe or whatever. But let's say you didn't want to do that. You're just like, yeah, I'm straight defense. Um, Maybe a cornerback, Julian Neal would have been pretty good. Jamal McCoy for sure, for sure. Um, who else? Those are the main things I would have did right there. Yeah. It's not a bad pick. Like I said, B minus, but it's just the fact that y'all went two defensive tackles though. I don't know. Caleb Tiernan, like I said, I would have went and helped the offensive line. This helps, but I don't know if I like the fit for y'all. So I'm going to B just because he fell so far. He was looked at almost as a first round, almost. So I give it a B, solid B. Um, Jacoby Thomas, I'm probably gonna give this a C plus, and that's just being nice. So third round, I don't know why I haven't been going by the numbers this whole time, but safety wise, I already know in the fourth round. Thank you for letting him. No, is this fourth or was that fifth? Oh, we got him in the fifth. I would have even took him. I would have just traded back and took him. But thanks for him. Because I'm a Texas fan. That's why I knew where he was. Uh, I actually kind of like him a little better. And mind you, look where you're getting him at too. Third round. Like I said, boom. Where's the other guy? Boom, right here. Jalen Kilgore too is down here. Boom. Those are a lot of safeties that I would rather have, and you got them in the third round. Now, some of these safeties are in the fifth round. I would have took a Jalen Kilgore in the fifth round rather than him. That's a C plus to me. I'm not a fan of that, to be honest. This one, sixth round was an A minus. This is an A minus. He fits what you need. Uh, Home run hitter, young, because one of your running backs gets injured a lot. The other running back is just let me just put the names to it. Aaron Jones gets injured a lot. Jordan Mason, he's a good running back, like just running back. He's not good in the passing game. So you get a mixture of explosive speed because those other two, Aaron Jones is kind of fast, but he's not explosive like him. And then also good in the catching game. Um, Gavin Gerhardt, can't go wrong. Seventh round, can't go wrong. So I'm gonna just leave that alone. Overall, I'll give you a overall. I give you a strong B minus. It's a strong B minus, just because two defensive tackles when you should have went edge at some point. Great linebacker, good right there. Sleeper. The other ones were like, eh. I just skipped over the fullback. My fault, y'all. Let's just leave that as NA. I definitely just skipped over him and his cornerback. Oh my goodness, I just skipped over him. Charles Deming. Is that the guy that I like? Let me make sure. Fifth round. Is that the guy that I like? Because if it is, I have to see how he looks. Yeah, this is the guy that I like, actually. That draft goes back to a strong B because I actually like him. I give it a B plus for him, like this pick. I like him a lot. I don't know how I just skipped over them, but y'all went to a strong B instead of a B minus. So I actually was a lot better because he's actually good. So good pieces. I just would have switched on the defensive tackle, like not getting two. I guess just in case he's a bust, you got one. And I would have got an edge since you traded Jonathan Grenard. That's the main reason. But appreciate you. Like and subscribe. Whoever's staying for the Bible verse, I appreciate you as well. Um, yeah, let's get into it. Let's just get straight into it. But I do love y'all. Subscribe, share. Um, so yeah, we're in the book of Ephesians. Book of Ephesians, chapter 4, verse 32. It says, "Be kind and compassionate to one another, forgiving each other, just as in Christ God forgave you." Amen. All right, so keeping it short and simple, man. If God can forgive us, how can we not forgive each other? Like this almighty, perfect being that doesn't need us. Honestly, doesn't need us. I mean, he can live on his own and be there forever, but doesn't need us. Created us and loved us, and even though we went against his will in certain aspects, and just like fighting against him in a sense, like rebelling, he still loved us and sacrificed his only begotten son for us to save us. If a being like that, can do all that for us, me being an imperfect human who has bad to him, like, I have bad to myself, I sin, and then there's another person who's a stranger or whatever, my cousin, my brother, whoever, and he sins, why can't I forgive him and have compassion? Like, if you look at it in that scale, it's just like, we should easily be able to forgive each other when God has done the ultimate forgiveness. So keeping it short and simple, man. I appreciate you, man. God bless, and hope you have an amazing day.